I'm standing at the front of the boardroom, clicker in hand, watching my final slide fade onto the screen. 18 months of work condensed into 43 slides. My multi-million-dollar expansion strategy glows under the fluorescent lights. Around the massive oak table sit 12 board members, our CFO, and a client from Geneva who could change everything for us. I finish strong. This positions us to dominate the European market within 2 years. Silence. The good kind, I think. Then Evan Cole, my boss, the executive vice president, leans back in his leather chair and laughs. Not a chuckle. A full, dismissive laugh that echoes off the glass walls. Lisa is brilliant, he announces to the room, smiling like he's paying me a compliment. But she's not leadership material. The words hit like a slap. A few people shift uncomfortably. Most stay frozen. The Geneva client's eyebrows lift, her expression unreadable. My heart pounds against my ribs, but I force my face to stay neutral. I've spent 11 years at this company fixing impossible problems, and this is my reward. Evan keeps smiling. He thinks it's funny. I notice the client watching me closely now, her pen tapping against her leather notebook. Nobody speaks. Not the board chair. Not the CFO. Not a single person challenges Evan's statement. The silence stretches, thick and uncomfortable. I stand there, remote still in my hand, feeling invisible and exposed at the same time. I clear my throat softly. Thank you all for your time. I'll send the full deck by end of day. My voice sounds steady, which surprises me. I gather my laptop and notes, moving deliberately, professionally. Inside, though, something fractures. I've just been publicly told my ceiling. Evan made sure everyone heard it. As I walk toward the door, I glance back. Evan is already standing at the screen, pointing at my slides, rephrasing my insights as if they're fresh observations. Several board members nod along. He's absorbing my work in real time, erasing me while I'm still in the room. The Geneva client is still watching me. Our eyes meet briefly. She gives the smallest nod, almost imperceptible. Then I'm in a hallway, the heavy door clicking shut behind me. My hands shake as I press the elevator button. 11 years. 11 years of solving their problems, building their strategies, delivering their results. And I will never rise under him. 20 minutes later, Evan's assistant appears at my desk. He wants to see you. Her voice is apologetic. I follow her back down the hall, past the glass-walled offices where executives pretend not to watch. Evan's office is corner-positioned with city views. He's on his phone, waving me toward a chair. I sit. He finishes his call, then swivels to face me with that same easy smile. Lisa, listen. I wasn't trying to embarrass you back there. He leans forward, hands clasped like we're having a heart-to-heart. I was pushing you to grow. Real leaders need thick skin, right? You can't take criticism personally. I nod slowly, keeping my expression neutral. Inside, I'm cataloging every word. I see you as a mentor would, he continues. Sometimes tough love is necessary. You're excellent at execution, truly. But vision, strategy at the executive level, that's different. That takes a certain presence. He says presence like I'm missing something fundamental. Something I could never develop. I reach into my blazer pocket, feeling the small recording device I started carrying last month. The red light is on. I understand. I say quietly. Thank you for the feedback. Evan smiles wider. That's the spirit. 2 weeks later, I sit in the back of another board meeting, this time as an observer. Evan stands at the front, presenting my expansion strategy. My 18 months of research. My competitive analysis. My financial projections. My risk mitigation frameworks. His name is on every slide. The board members lean in, impressed. Evan, this is visionary work, the board chair says. This positions us perfectly for European dominance. The CFO nods enthusiastically. The financial modeling here is exceptional. Evan accepts the praise graciously. It took considerable effort, he says. But I believe strategic thinking at this level is what separates good companies from great ones. I feel my stomach turn. I watch him claim my insights, my late nights, my weekend research calls with European analysts. He's repackaged my work as his breakthrough moment. Then something clicks in my memory. Last year's restructuring plan. The year before, the client retention strategy. I built those too. And Evan presented them, his name stamped on top. This isn't new. This is a pattern. I pull out my phone under the table and start documenting. Dates. Presentations. Witnesses. Everything I can remember. My promotion review was scheduled for this month. I've been a senior strategy director for 4 years, consistently rated outstanding. My path to vice president seemed clear. Then HR calls. Lisa, we need to postpone your executive review. The HR director sounds apologetic but firm. We're restructuring several departments. All promotions are temporarily on hold. For how long? I ask. We don't have a timeline yet. I'm sorry. No timeline. No new date. Just postponed indefinitely. I thank her and hang up. That afternoon, I meet my recruiter friend Maya for coffee. She works with several firms in our industry. I heard something, Maya says, stirring her latte. Evan Cole specifically requested your promotion be delayed. He told HR you need more development time. My chest tightens. He blocked it. He framed it as mentorship. Said you weren't ready for executive responsibility yet. Maya's expression is sympathetic. Lisa, he's protecting his territory. You're too good. He knows it. I sit back, processing. Evan didn't just dismiss me publicly. He's actively sabotaging my career path. What are my options? I ask quietly. Maya leans in. You're brilliant. But you can't outmaneuver him from inside. Not while he controls your trajectory. I nod slowly, my mind already racing. The changes come gradually, then suddenly. First, I'm removed from leading the European expansion project, my project. A junior manager takes over. Then my role on the Strategic Initiatives Committee is shifted to advisory only. My direct reports are reassigned. 3 talented analysts who reported to me for 2 years now work under someone else. My calendar, once packed with leadership meetings, empties. I'm still invited to some sessions, but now I sit on the sidelines. The final blow comes quietly. I try accessing our competitive intelligence database for a client report. Access denied. I try the financial forecasting system. Access denied. I call IT. There's been a restructuring of permissions, the technician explains. You'll need VP approval to restore access. VP approval. Evan's approval. I hang up and stare at my screen. I've been systematically stripped of authority. My title hasn't changed, but my power has evaporated. I'm being pushed toward the exit without anyone saying it directly. That afternoon, I start forwarding emails to my personal account. Documents. Presentations. Correspondence. Everything I legally can. If Evan wants me gone, I'm taking my proof with me. 3 weeks later, Margaret from HR appears at my desk. Margaret has worked here for 20 years. She's never done this before. Can we take a walk? She asks quietly. We end up in the stairwell, empty and echoing. Margaret looks uncomfortable. Lisa, I'm breaking protocol telling you this, but you need to know. My pulse quickens. Know what? Evan has requested documentation on your collaboration issues. He's building a file. Performance concerns, team friction, resistance to feedback. She pauses. None of it is true, but he's creating a paper trail. For what? I ask, though I already know. Termination. With cause. So you don't get severance or executive benefits. My hands go cold. This isn't just sabotage. It's systematic destruction. How long do I have? I ask. Maybe a month. Maybe less. Margaret touches my arm. I'm sorry. I've seen your work. This is wrong. After she leaves, I sit in the stairwell for 10 minutes, thinking. Then I return to my desk and find an internal memo I wasn't supposed to see. My name is flagged in red. Risk assessment. Performance monitoring. Immediate action recommended. Evan is coming for me, and I have 30 days. I make a choice. Instead of fighting, I become invisible, agreeable, non-confrontational. In meetings, I nod along. I don't challenge ideas, even bad ones. I smile when Evan speaks. I stop offering insights unless directly asked. Lisa's been much more collaborative lately. I overhear Evan tell someone, "I think my feedback really helped her." He thinks he's broken me. He thinks I've given up. But every night, I'm in my home office, organizing files. Every email where Evan took credit for my work. Every presentation deck with my analysis rebranded. Every blocked opportunity, documented and timestamped. I create folders. I build timelines. I prepare a case I might never use, but I'm ready. At work, I'm quiet. At home, I'm methodical. Evan stops watching me closely. I'm no longer a threat in his mind. I'm just another talented person who couldn't make the leap to executive presence. Another casualty of corporate Darwinism. He has no idea what I'm building. One Friday afternoon, he walks past my desk, barely glancing at me. I've become forgettable. Invisible. Perfect. That weekend, I dig through old files in my apartment. 7 years ago, I co-founded a data analytics startup with 2 former classmates. We built predictive modeling software for logistics companies. I exited operations after 3 years to take the corporate job here, but I kept my equity stake. 20% ownership, held through a layered LLC structure my lawyer set up. At the time, the company was worth almost nothing. I forgot about it, honestly. Life got busy. But last month, I received an automated email from the company's legal team. An annual equity report. I almost deleted it. Then I saw the valuation. The startup exploded. They secured contracts with 3 Fortune 500 companies. Their predictive models became industry standard. My 20% stake is now worth $48 million. I sit at my kitchen table, staring at the documents, my coffee going cold. I'm not rich, but I have leverage. I have options. I have power that Evan doesn't know exists. I open my laptop and start researching. If I'm going to move, I need to move smart. By Sunday night, I have a plan forming. It's risky. It's complex. But it's possible. Monday morning, my phone rings. Unknown number. I almost don't answer. Lisa Morgan? A smooth, professional voice. My name is David Chen. I'm a partner at Crestwood Private Equity. Do you have a few minutes? I step into an empty conference room. How did you get my number? A mutual contact suggested I reach out. We're working on a discrete acquisition in your industry. We need someone with strategic insight. Your name came up. I'm not looking for consulting work. I start. This isn't consulting. We're acquiring a competitor. We need an insider who understands market positioning. Someone who knows how these companies really operate. My breath catches. Which competitor? He pauses. Titan Edge Solutions. I grip the phone tighter. Titan Edge is our company's obsession. They're our biggest rival. Evan mentions them in every strategy meeting. He's desperate to crush them. Why me? I ask carefully. Because you understand corporate warfare. And because you have skin in the game now. He knows about my equity stake. Of course he does. I'll send you an NDA, David continues. Let's talk tomorrow. After he hangs up, I stand in the empty room, my mind spinning. This is dangerous. This is exactly what I need. I spend the next 2 days analyzing Titan Edge's financials. They're not failing, they're being squeezed. Our company has been undercutting their contracts, poaching their clients, launching aggressive legal challenges over patents. Evan's been waging a slow, strategic war. Titan Edge is vulnerable, but not weak. Their technology is actually superior to ours in some areas. Their client relationships are strong, but they're cash-strapped from fighting us. I see the opportunity immediately. If someone acquired Titan Edge and stabilized them, they'd have leverage over us. They'd control patents we desperately need. They'd have access to clients we're trying to win. David Chen calls again. What do you think? I think you're buying at the perfect moment, I say. But you need strategic leadership, not just capital. We agree. That's why we want you involved. Not as a consultant, as a partner. My heart races. What does that mean? Commit capital through your equity stake. Become a controlling stakeholder. Help us run it. He pauses. This is your company, Lisa. If you want it. I close my eyes. This is the line. Once I cross it, there's no going back. Send me the terms, I say. My life splits in two. By day, I'm the sidelined employee. I sit in my diminished office. I attend meetings where I barely speak. I smile when Evan walks past. I'm a ghost in my own career. By night, I'm on acquisition calls. I'm reviewing legal structures. I'm modeling financials with David's team. I'm negotiating terms with Titan Edge's board. They don't know my name. I'm listed as a representative of Crestwood Partners. I use anonymized holding companies. Shell corporations with neutral names. My lawyer sets up layers of protection. On paper, I'm invisible. The deal moves fast. Titan Edge's board is desperate for a lifeline. Crestwood has the capital. I have the strategic vision. Within 3 weeks, we're drafting final agreements. I'm exhausted. I'm running on 4 hours of sleep. But I'm alive in a way I haven't felt in years. At work, Evan compliments me. You seem more focused lately, Lisa. Less stressed. I'm glad you're finding your balance. I smile. Thank you, Evan. Your feedback really helped. He nods, satisfied. He has no idea I'm buying his worst nightmare. Evan grows comfortable. Too comfortable. In meetings, he jokes about me. Lisa's a great executor, he tells a visiting consultant. Not a visionary, but solid at execution. The consultant glances at me. I smile and nod. Let Evan think what he wants. He stops monitoring me entirely. He shares competitive intelligence freely now, assuming I'm harmless. One afternoon, he pulls me into his office to review our strategy against Titan Edge. They're bleeding cash, he says, grinning. Another 6 months, and they'll collapse. Then we acquire their patents for pennies. I take notes. Smart approach. I've been working on this for 2 years, Evan continues. Once Titan Edge falls, I'll be positioned for CEO. The board will have no choice. He's so focused on his ambition, he doesn't notice my questions. I extract details about timelines, patent strategies, client vulnerabilities. He thinks I'm learning. I'm gathering intelligence. That night, I share everything with David and the Titan Edge team. We adjust our strategy. We reinforce their weaknesses before Evan can exploit them. Evan has no idea he's arming his own opponent. The acquisition documents arrive. 73 pages of legal terms. I read every word twice.
Then I sign.
I commit $18 million from my equity stake. It's the majority of my liquid wealth. If this fails, I'm financially devastated. But I don't hesitate. David calls me an hour after I submit the signed documents. You're officially a controlling partner. 22% ownership. Welcome to Titan Edge, Lisa. I sit in my apartment, staring at the city lights outside my window. I own 22% of my company's biggest rival. I'm on their board. I have access to their strategy, their patents, their client relationships. And nobody at my current company knows. The closing date is set for 3 weeks from now. Public announcement will follow 2 days after. That gives me time to prepare. I pull out my laptop and start drafting my resignation letter.
Not yet.
But soon. My phone buzzes. A text from Evan. Forgot to tell you, we're cutting your team's budget by 30%. Restructuring priorities. No worries, you'll adapt. I delete the message and smile. 3 weeks, Evan. Just 3 more weeks. The social exile accelerates. I'm removed from the leadership retreat invitation list. The executive Slack channels go quiet, then I realize I've been removed from them entirely. At company dinners, no one saves me a seat. One evening, I'm working late. I hear voices from the conference room. The door is slightly open. I recognize Evan's laugh. Lisa's dead weight at this point, he says. I don't know why we're keeping her. Severance issues? Someone asks. We're working on it. HR's building the case. Should be resolved soon. I stand in the hallway, listening to my colleagues casually discuss erasing me. None of them defend me. None of them question it. I walk back to my desk, pack my things, and leave. I don't feel sad anymore. I feel cold. Focused. They think I'm dead weight. Soon they'll learn what I'm actually carrying. HR calls me in. It's Friday afternoon. The office is half empty. They've scheduled this deliberately. Two HR representatives sit across from me. They slide a document across the table. Lisa, we want to discuss a mutual transition. Mutual. The corporate word for firing. We're offering a generous severance package. 6 months salary. Benefits continuation. Outplacement services. The HR director smiles gently. We think this is best for everyone. I read the terms.
There's a tight deadline.
I have 72 hours to decide. Why now? I ask calmly. The company is evolving. Your role no longer aligns with our strategic direction. Translation. Evan wants me gone. I close the folder. I need time to review with my attorney. They exchange glances. Of course. But the offer expires Monday at 5 p.m. Monday. The Titan Edge acquisition closes Wednesday. They're trying to push me out before something happens. But what do they know? I shake their hands and leave. In the elevator, I check my phone. A text from David. Closing moved up. Tuesday morning. I smile. They're 2 days too late. I hire a lawyer. Not for the severance, for the timing. I need to delay their deadline without raising suspicion. My lawyer sends HR a formal response. We request clarification on several terms. We ask for extended health benefits. We negotiate outplacement details. Every question buys me time. HR thinks I'm desperate. They think I'm trying to squeeze more money out. They're wrong. Monday comes. I don't sign. Tuesday morning arrives. At 9 a.m., I'm on a video call with David, Titan Edge's board, and our legal team. All signatures confirmed. The lead attorney announces. Acquisition is officially closed. I'm now a controlling stakeholder in Titan Edge Solutions, my company's biggest rival. At 10 a.m., I walk into the office. HR is waiting. Lisa, the deadline. I need one more day, I say calmly. My lawyer is reviewing one final clause. They're frustrated but agree. They have no choice. I return to my desk and wait. By noon, the news will break. And this building will never be the same. The announcement goes out at 11:47 a.m. Titan Edge Solutions has been acquired by a consortium led by Crestwood Private Equity. New leadership structure includes strategic partners. Ownership details remain confidential per agreement terms. I'm at my desk when the email hits inboxes across the industry. Within minutes, Slack channels explode. Titan Edge was acquired?
By who?
How much? What does this mean for us? Evan is in a meeting. I watch through the glass walls as someone shows him their phone. His face goes pale. He immediately starts making calls. Our CEO calls an emergency board meeting for tomorrow morning. All executives required. My phone buzzes. It's David. Ready. I text back. Ready. That evening, I go home and lay out my clothes for tomorrow. A navy suit. Professional. Powerful. I rehearse what I'll say, though I've practiced it 100 times in my head. I barely sleep. Not from nerves. From anticipation. At 6 a.m., I'm awake. I review the ownership documents one final time. My name is there, clear and legal. Managing partner. Strategic director. 22% controlling stake. I shower, dress, and drive to the office. Today, everything changes. The boardroom is packed. All 12 board members.
The CEO.
CFO. Every executive vice president, including Evan. I'm the last to arrive. Evan barely looks at me. He's anxious, distracted. He thinks this meeting is about competitive response. How do we counter Titan Edge now that they're capitalized? The board chair stands. Thank you all for coming on short notice. We need to discuss the Titan Edge acquisition and its implications for our strategic position. Evan clears his throat. I've been monitoring Titan Edge for 2 years. This acquisition changes our approach, but I have a plan. Evan. The board chair's voice is sharp. Let me finish. Evan stops, confused.
The room goes quiet.
The chair continues. We've reviewed the ownership structure of the acquiring consortium. The details are confidential, but certain names have been disclosed to us as part of regulatory requirements. My heart pounds. This is it. The chair taps his tablet. The screen behind him illuminates. An organizational chart appears. At the top, Crestwood Private Equity Partners. Below that, Titan Edge Solutions Leadership. And there, in clear text, Lisa Morgan, Managing Partner and Strategic Director, 22% controlling stake. Evan laughs. It's reflexive.
Confused.
Then he sees I'm not laughing. The room is absolutely silent. Evan stares at the screen, then at me, then back at the screen. His face cycles through confusion, disbelief, and finally understanding. This is a mistake, he says, but his voice wavers. The board chair shakes his head. It's not. We've confirmed it with Titan Edge's legal counsel and Crestwood Partners. Lisa is a primary stakeholder and strategic leader of the acquisition. Every executive turns to look at me. I sit calmly, hands folded on the table. I don't smile. I don't gloat. I just exist, visibly, powerfully. How? Evan starts, then stops. He's calculating, trying to understand how his sidelined, dismissed, not leadership material, employee just bought his biggest fear. The CEO speaks for the first time. Lisa, can you explain the timeline? I meet his eyes. I was approached by Crestwood Partners 5 weeks ago. They knew my strategic background. I committed capital through independent holdings. The acquisition closed yesterday morning. And you didn't disclose this? Evan's voice rises. That's a conflict of interest. I held no fiduciary duty to disclose personal investments made with personal capital outside my employment scope, I say evenly. Our legal team confirmed this.
The room processes that.
I'm right. I did nothing illegal. I simply outplayed them. The board chair speaks again. The question now is how we move forward. The energy in the room shifts. Executives who ignored me for months suddenly lean forward, attentive. The CFO asks about integration possibilities. The chief strategy officer, who took over my projects, asks about patent negotiations. Evan sits frozen. No one is asking him anything. Lisa, what are Titan Edge's immediate plans? The CEO asks. We're stabilizing operations, securing our client base, and accelerating product development, I say. We control several patents your company has been trying to license. We also have relationships with clients you've been pursuing. The board chair writes notes. Are you open to discussions? On the right terms, yes. Evan finds his voice. You can't trust her. She's been disloyal. She's been working against us. Evan. The board chair's tone is ice. Perhaps we should discuss your role in Lisa's career trajectory. Evan goes quiet. Several board members exchange glances. They know. Someone's been talking. The CEO speaks. I think we need a break. Evan, Lisa, please wait outside. We're dismissed. In the hallway, Evan tries to speak to me. I walk past him without a word. I have nothing to say to him now. 20 minutes later, we're called back in. The board chair's expression is grim. We've reviewed internal communications from the past 6 months. There are concerning patterns. He displays emails on the screen. Messages where Evan blocked my promotion. Conversations where he reassigned my projects without cause. Documentation requests for fabricated performance issues. These actions violated company policy and created legal exposure, the board chair continues. They also cost us a strategic asset. He gestures toward me. Evan's face is red. I was managing her development. You were protecting your position, the CEO interrupts. And in doing so, you pushed valuable talent toward our competitor. The legal counsel speaks up. We have regulatory obligations here. If Lisa had remained an employee during the acquisition, we'd face serious conflicts. But she technically held no insider information. You'd remove her from strategic access. The irony isn't lost on anyone. Evan's sabotage created the perfect conditions for me to move against them. Evan, the board chair says, effective immediately. You're placed on administrative leave, pending a full investigation. Evan stands. You can't. Security will escort you out. Your access is revoked. We'll be in touch. Two security officers appear. Evan looks around the room, searching for allies. He finds none. He looks at me. I hold his gaze, expressionless. He leaves. The door closes behind him. The meeting continues without Evan. The board discusses damage control, public messaging, strategic response. I answer questions professionally. I'm not gloating. I'm not emotional. I'm simply present, competent, undeniable. Finally, the CEO turns to me. Lisa, what are your plans? I straighten. I'm resigning, effective today. Surprised murmurs. We'd like to discuss retention. The CEO starts. I appreciate that. But my focus is Titan Edge now. However, I'm open to partnership discussions. Licensing agreements. Joint ventures. Strategic collaboration. I pause. On equitable terms. The board chair nods slowly. We understand. I stand. Thank you for the opportunity to clarify things. My attorney will handle the transition details. I shake hands with the CEO and board chair. I nod to the others. Then I walk out of the boardroom for the last time. In the hallway, I see Evan being escorted toward the elevator. He's carrying a small box of personal items. Our eyes meet briefly. I see anger, confusion, betrayal. I feel nothing. Just the quiet satisfaction of a perfectly executed strategy. I take the stairs instead of the elevator. 11 years in this building. I won't miss it. I don't make a scene. I pack my desk calmly. A few colleagues watch from a distance, uncertain how to react. Some approach to say goodbye. Most stay away, afraid of association. Maya texts me. I'm hearing rumors. Are you okay? I reply. Better than okay. Let's celebrate this weekend. By 3 p.m., I'm walking out of the building. No farewell speech. No dramatic exit. Just a quiet departure on my terms. That evening, I meet with Titan Edge's leadership team. We discuss the transition, strategic priorities, immediate action items. I'm energized. This is the leadership role I earned but was denied. 2 weeks later, I release a brief statement through Titan Edge. We're open to industry partnerships that benefit all parties. Our focus is innovation and client success. It's coded language. The message is clear. We're not going away. Negotiate with us, or face us as competitors. Our company's stock drops 3% the next day. Analysts cite uncertainty and leadership instability. Titan Edge's valuation rises. I receive interview requests from industry publications. I decline most. I don't need the attention. The work speaks for itself. 6 months later, Titan Edge is thriving. We've launched 2 new products. We've secured contracts with 3 major clients, 2 of them former targets of my old company. Our patent portfolio is now considered industry-leading. My former company is struggling. Evan was quietly terminated. The leadership team has been restructured. They've approached us twice about partnerships. We're considering it, but slowly, carefully on our terms. I'm invited to speak at an industry conference. The topic: strategic leadership in corporate transitions. I accept. Standing on that stage, I don't talk about revenge. I talk about patience, about documenting your value, about understanding power structures, about knowing when to stay and when to leave. Someone once told me I wasn't leadership material. I say to the audience, they were wrong. Leadership isn't about commanding a room. It's about understanding the game being played and playing it better. The applause is long. Afterward, dozens of people approach me, many of them women who faced similar dismissals, similar ceilings. That evening, I'm having dinner with David Chun and the Titan Edge board. My phone buzzes. An email from my old CEO. Lisa, I wanted to reach out personally. We made mistakes. If you're ever interested in discussing opportunities. I delete it without responding. I'm not interested in going backward. I raise my glass. To new chapters, I say. Everyone toasts. Outside the restaurant windows, the city glows. I built this. Not with anger or bitterness, but with strategy, patience, and the quiet certainty that competence always finds its level. Evan thought leadership was about power over people. I learned it's about power over time.